What's up, everybody? So today's video obviously is going to be centered around the core as we begin to connect and kind of really noticing when we're activating the core in our postures and really connecting to that solar plexus, our fire deep in our belly. So beginning to flow through a more of a full body type of flow instead of just centering specifically around the core, which it will be, but we'll do a lot more than just that. So let's kick it into our video and start flowing together. What's up, guys? It's Alyssa here. Coming into our seat, we're going to really begin to feel the sit bones grounding into the mat, feeling that tall spine, relaxing here, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. And we're going to take 3 breaths here. So we're going to work into what we call our Kapalabhati breath, or our breath of fire. But before we begin to set up for that, we're going to take a few breaths. So big inhale into the nose, send the breath deep into the belly, feeling it expand. And exhale, squeeze it all out with a sigh. Inhale, we send the breath deep into the belly. Exhale out with a sigh. Allow yourself to release. Take one more breath. And then beginning to connect to our breath. So continue taking those inhales in, exhales out. Doesn't have to come out with a sigh. We're going to keep the mouth closed this time. Then we're going to take one more breath here. And then from here, we're going to move into a few rounds of our Kapalabhati breath. So with this breath, what you do is you're going to take a big inhale in through the nose, and then our exhales are going to be short spurts. Like it's like you're rapidly pressing your belly back towards your spine to send out the air quicker out of the nose. And you're going to do that for as long as you can, and then if you do end up losing your breath, you just take another inhale in and then continue the motion. But it's all about really creating heat within the body, really coming to that awareness into our core or our center. So we're going to take a big inhale in, and then on your exhales it's going to sound a little like this. So if you don't want to do it quite yet, you can listen to me and see what it's going to sound like. So it's going to be a little something like this. It's like really short, quick spurts of breath, and you do it for as long as you can do it. Whether you can do it a really long period of time or maybe just a short period of time, that's fine. You're just going to take another inhale in and then continue the breath. So together, if we're not already there, we're going to take that big inhale in and then begin to flow in the breath. For as long as you can. And wherever we're at, we're going to take a break. And then take another inhale. So we're going to do one more round of that. So inhaling in. And exhale, last round. gonna take one normal breath in, big inhale. Exhaling it all out. And then big inhale, really finding a little bit of a taller spine. Exhale, I want you to begin to notice as you draw, so we're knitting our ribcage in towards each other. And then we're gonna begin to draw circles with the belly. So I want you to really centralize this motion in the core. And it doesn't matter what direction you're going. You're just doing a little belly dancing here to kind of ignite the core a little bit more, warming it up. Seeing how much of the movement you can control here to really emphasize our center. Then we're going to reverse it, go the other way. We're going to do 2 more circles. And then beginning to bring ourselves to stillness. Inhale, sending the fingertips up above you. Really stretching it, maybe interlacing the fingers, sending the palms up, kind of giving yourself a little stretch here. Then releasing those arms down. We're going to draw both of our knees in towards our chest. So taking a moment here, really reaching your heart forward. So just take your fingertips back behind you, pressing into the hands, reaching the heart forward. And then on your next exhale, we're going to keep our fingertips down on the mat. So maybe bring them in line, bring them kind of in line with your hips, or if it's more comfortable, having them back behind you, but remembering to keep that heart lifted. Maybe walking the feet away just slightly. Keep the heart lifted here. Draw the lower ribcage in towards each other. On your next exhale, you're going to lift your left foot and hold. And then on your next exhale, you're going to plant it down. Big inhale, heart stays lifted. Exhale, lift your right foot. Then release it down. Big inhale, exhale. We're going to take it to the left side. Plant the foot, take it over to the right. So now we're going to continue to find a motion. So one foot lifts, the other foot lifts. Keep the heart lifted. Keep drawing the lower ribcage in towards each other. And do one more to each side. Then planting the feet. Inhale, I want you to reach your arms up, still find your core. Exhale, we're going to round the spine. Take 2 breaths. On your next exhale, we're going to roll up the spine. Slide the hands to the backs of the thighs. Remember to keep that heart lifted. And then as we keep the hands to the back of the thighs, we're going to find that same motion we just did, except this time our hands aren't planted. So your exhale, lift your left foot, plant it, exhale, lift your right. And we're going to plant both feet. Big inhale here, exhale, see if we can lift both feet at the same time coming into that half boat. So we're keeping the hands on the backs of the thighs for this particular point of our posture. Then on your next exhale, plant your feet. We're going to inhale, extend the fingertips up above us, keep that heart lifted as we hold. And then on your next exhale, you can take the hands to the backs of the thighs, lifting the feet back up if you want to keep it with that option. Or we're going to send our fingertips down towards the feet, reaching them as we lift both feet, taking 2 breaths here. On your next exhale, you're going to plant your feet, and we're going to roll it all the way down onto our back. So we roll down. feet in a little bit closer towards our sit bones. And really kind of tugging the pelvis in here. I just want you to notice your low back coming to the mat. Then you can kind of release that. Now from here, we're going to take our right leg as we extend it all the way down the mat. And we're going to lift left knee in towards our chest. We want to keep our foot kind of in line with our knee. So instead of like trying to hug the knee in towards the chest, we're kind of keeping it active here. And then from here, we're going to take our left elbow and you're going to bring it as close as you can in towards your left knee. On your next exhale, you're going to begin to lift your head and chest, lift your right foot off of the mat, and you're going to extend your right fingertips past your ears as you hold here. So keep that low back flush to the mat. On your next exhale, you're going to release it. You can hug that left knee in towards your chest. And then I'll give you a little advice here with this posture when you're holding this. If you begin to notice that you're feeling it like a lot in your neck and not so much centralizing into the core, you can bring a block or a thick book or something that you can place underneath your neck that your neck can rest, and then it'll take a lot of that pressure out of your neck. So if you're doing this and you're noticing that your neck's real active, maybe it's kind of hard to centralize it to the core, just grabbing a block and sliding it. You'll just literally rest it underneath your head so you can relax the neck. That'll help bring some of that activity out of the pose and kind of centralize it more to your core. So we're going to switch our legs. Left leg's going to extend out. Right knee's going to come in towards our chest. So once again, you're keeping that right leg active. We're not trying to hug it in towards the chest. We're taking right elbow to the right knee. Fingertips are reaching forward. And then on our next exhale, we're lifting the head and chest as we lift the left foot, extending the left arm past the ears. And on your next exhale, you're going to release, hug your right knee in towards your chest, take a breath. Then you're going to release and we're going to switch to the other side. And then from here, we're going to bring a little more movement into this posture. So we're taking the left elbow to the left knee, lifting head and chest, lift the right foot, extend the right fingertips past the ears. We're going to hold here one breath. And then you're going to immediately switch. So right elbow, right knee, left leg extends, left fingertips extend. And then you're going to switch it again. Switch it again. Keep the gaze up towards the ceiling, switch again. One more. And then release it down. Slide your feet in towards your sit bones. Take them out to the edge of the mat. Bring the knees in towards each other. We're going to take one breath. And then walking the feet back in towards each other. Bring the knees in towards the chest. Extending the legs up above us. Take the hands to the backs of the thighs. Feel that low back flush to the mat. We're going to take one breath. Exhale, bring the knees back in towards the chest. We're going to rock and roll up and down the spine as we come up to seated. And then from seated, take the feet out to the side as we come into our tabletop position. And we're going to really begin to kind of flow a little more here instead of being a little less stagnant in certain postures. So we're drawing that belly up, finding our neutral spine. Take a big inhale here. On our exhale, we're going to extend our right leg back behind us, letting it hover over the mat. Big inhale. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the nose. Inhale, we're extending the leg out. Exhale as we draw it in. So when we draw it in and we curl, I want you to really activate it through your core. So almost like you're doing a crunch on the ground, but you're on your hands and knees. One more. Big inhale, send that right leg back behind you. Exhale, left fingertips extend forward, finding your stability here. Take one more breath, really activate the core. Exhale, one round. We're just going to take the elbow and knee in towards each other around the spine. Inhale, extend it out. Exhale, releasing it down back into that tabletop. On your next inhale, we're going to flow into 2 rounds of our cat-cow. Inhale, bring yourself back through to that neutral tabletop. Exhale, we're taking that left leg, extending it back, letting it hover over the mat, making sure we're squaring the hips. And then on your next exhale, just like we just did, round the spine, bring the knee in towards the nose. Inhale, extend it out, continuing for 4 more rounds, so really activate the core. Inhale as we extend out. Exhale, we're taking that right hand extended forward. Find your stability. And then on your next exhale, elbow and knee draw in towards each other. Inhale, we're going to extend out. Exhale, releasing the hands, tucking the toes. Big inhale, exhale, we're going to send it up into our first downward facing dog. So taking a moment here, we can pedal the feet out. Walking our dog. Eventually bringing ourselves through to stillness. So here, even in our downward facing dog, we're still finding that activity in our core. So drawing the lower rib cage in, draw the belly button up towards the spine. Going to take one more breath here. And then on your next inhale, rolling up the spine, we're going to come up into our plank posture. So really pressing away from the mat, press the weight back into the heels, activate all of the muscles, so squeezing the glutes, squeezing the legs. Body is in one long line, take 2 more breaths. And then on your next exhale, you're going to send it back up to downward facing dog. As we inhale, exhale, take the gaze to the top of the mat as we step the right foot forward. Left knee is going to release. On our inhale, we're going to rise up into a low lunge. Exhale, we're going to plant our hands. Tuck the back toes, lifting that back leg, stepping it forward into our forward fold. On your next inhale, we're lifting up halfway. Exhale as we soften down. Big inhale, soften into those knees, extending the fingertips up as we draw tall. Exhale the hands to heart center. Really, again, centralize to your core. So even in our Tadasana, we're really activating our core here. And as we inhale, sending the fingertips up above us. Exhale, coming down into that forward fold. Inhale as we lift up halfway. Exhale, softening down. Inhale, take your right foot, step it all the way back. Exhale, releasing the right knee down. We inhale up into a low lunge. Exhale as we plant the hands, take both feet. We're stepping the left foot back. We're coming into our plank pose. 2 breaths. Exhale, send the hips up and back into your downward facing dog for 1 breath. As we send the gaze to the top of the mat, we're going to take our left foot, stepping it forward. We're going to release that right knee back down. We're going to inhale back up into a low lunge. So inhale, extend those fingertips. Exhale, plant the hands, tucking the back toes. We're going to lift that back leg. Then we're going to step it forward into our forward fold. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale, softening down. Inhale, growing tall. Then exhaling the hands to heart center for 1 breath. As we inhale, arms are extending up. Exhale into your forward fold. Inhale, we lift up halfway. Exhale, softening down. Inhale, left leg's going to Step back behind us as we exhale, release the left knee. Inhale, rising up into that low lunge. Exhale, planting the hands. We're going to step that right foot back into our plank. Find your center. And on your next exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. From here on our next inhale, we're going to send our right leg back behind us into a three-legged dog. And you're going to hold here. So keep those shoulders square to the top of the mat. Keeping that right leg extended as high as you can get it. Don't worry about how high it is, just lifting it up. Keep the lower rib cage drawing in. And then on your next exhale, you're going to send your right knee in towards your in towards your nose as you shift forward into a plank. Inhale, you're going to extend that right leg back behind you, three-legged dog. One more, just like that. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the nose. And then step your right foot forward. Spin on your left foot to match the back edge of your mat. And as we keep that right knee bent, we cartwheel it open into our warrior two. So extending those arms long. Then beginning to flip our front palm, we're going to inhale, send it up and back. So when we send it up and back, again, really noticing the core here. On our exhale, we're going to send it forward into our extended side angle, so right arm on top of the right thigh. Inhale is going to reverse it back. So we're finding this little motion here, and we're keeping it active in our core as we exhale, come forward. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, forward. We're going to do two more. Last one. Inhale, you're going to come up into your warrior two. Exhale, cartwheeling the hands down. We're going to step our right foot back. We're going to come into our plank pose. And then from here, shifting on to the knife edge of our left foot. We're going to try to stack our feet, or you can keep the feet kind of stagnant so both feet can stay planted on the mat. We're going to begin to send our right arm up above us, coming into our side plank. So keeping those hips lifted, core active. If this is too much for us, just begin to release your left knee down with that right leg extended and the arms up. So finding your variation. I'm going to take one more inhale. Exhale, wherever we're at, come back into your full version of your plank as you send the hips up and back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, left leg goes back behind us as we come into three-legged dog, holding here. And then on your next exhale, sending that knee in towards the nose, shift forward like you're coming into plank. Inhale, send the leg out. Last one as we exhale, sending the knee in, and then planting that left foot. Right foot spins to match the back edge as we open it up to warrior two on the other side. Then we're flipping that front palm as we inhale, reverse it back to reverse warrior. So again, find your center. Exhale, send it forward. Inhale, we're taking it back to reverse warrior. Exhale, taking it forward to that extended side angle. We're going to do two more. Then inhale, we're coming back up into warrior two. Exhale, cartwheeling the hands down. Step your left foot back into your plank. And then coming to the other side. So on right foot, we're coming to the knife edge. You're either stacking the feet, keeping the feet like both feet are planted, or releasing one of our knees down as we come into our side plank. On your next exhale, send yourself, no matter where you're at, coming into our full version of our plank. Big inhale here. Exhale, hips up and back. Take an inhale. Exhale, taking the gaze to the top top of the mat, walk it forward to your forward fold. Inhale as we lift up halfway. Exhale, softening down, big inhale, extending the arms up. And exhale to the hands to heart center for 3 breaths. One more inhale here. And then on your exhale, beginning to bend our knees. We're going to sink it down. Bring the hands to the mat. So we want to begin to lift up on the toes. Heels are off the mat, sending the knees forward as much as we can. We can keep the hands down on the mat, or we can begin to bring the hands to heart center as we find our toe stand. And then on your next exhale, whether you want to plant the hands, however we can get there, we're going to begin to release down into our seated position. So as we bring ourselves down to our seated position, we want to make sure the knees are drawn up in towards our chest, hardest thing lifted. We're going to take one big inhale here. And then on your exhale, with as much control as you can do, we're going to roll it down to our backs. Inhale, find a full body stretch. And then on your next exhale, bring the knees in towards the chest. And we're going to send the palms of our hands up towards the ceiling, really drawing those shoulders up, spreading the fingers wide. Bring those knees as much in towards your chest as you can. And then on your next exhale, we're going to begin to lift the head and chest off of the mat, and then see if you can use your core strength to lift your low back off the mat. And then you're just going to release it, hands to the tops and the knees, rock it from side to side. And as you begin to bring yourselves through to stillness, take an inhale on our exhale, just beginning to release the knees over to the left, coming into a twist. On your next exhale, bringing everything back through to center on your as you inhale. And then exhale, releasing the knees over to the right. Next exhale, bringing everything back through to center. Take one more inhale here on our exhale. We're going to bring soles of our feet together, allowing the knees to fall open. Giving yourself a moment to allow the body to relax itself. Next exhale, we're taking the hands to the legs, beginning to press them back together. Inhaling here, and then on our exhale, extending the legs down the mat. Resting the hands down at our side as we walk the shoulders away from the ears. Maybe tucking the chin slightly down towards the chest. And releasing your breath and letting it flow back to its natural rhythm. Releasing the practice and allowing your body to rejuvenate itself. As we begin to subside that heat and the fire within the body. Softening the muscles of the face, softening the muscles of the body. yourself to hold here for as long as you need. And I thank you for always coming to practice with me, as the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.